Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Brand Massacre Reaction. And if it's for your first time coming across my video, remember to like, share, subscribe and comment. For today's episode, let's watch a collection of people living in America warning these people in Africa or in other countries not to go to the USA. Enjoy, and I'll be back with more comments.
Why is nobody talking about this? Ever since I came to Africa, many Africans have come to me and said they will pay me thousands of dollars for me to help them to go to Europe. I haven't helped a single person, and I'm not going to do that. Ask yourself, why, if Europe is so fantastic, why am I then in Africa? Does that make sense? If my own place is so fantastic, why would I be here? Now, you are ready to pay me thousands of dollars for you to go and work hard in Europe, for you to help Europe get back on track. Why won't you stay in Africa and make Africa get on track? It doesn't make sense. You're an African, so why don't you want to help your own continent to grow and prosper, but you want to go to my continent and make that prosper? It doesn't make sense. If you have thousands of dollars that you want to give me for me to help you to go there, spend those thousands of dollars to set up a business here in Africa. And if you need help with that one, I'm willing to help you, but I will never help you to go to Europe and suffer.
If you are not a U.S. citizen, don't come to this country. If you are here and you're not a U.S. citizen, I don't care what kind of documentation you have, and I don't care how long you're staying, whether it's for a week or years, go. If you can go, go. And I know this is what they want, and I hate it because I love to be like, resist. But ending up in an ICE detention facility is not an act of resistance. And it does not matter if you are white passing. It does not matter how smart you are or what you're contributing, or if you're just visiting and you're a tourist. Don't. It's not safe here. We're not safe. They are detaining U.S. citizens. They are detaining tourists. There was a 28-year-old backpacker, a young woman, who is now in an ICE detention facility. It does not matter. If you're leaving and I can come with you, I would love that. Let me know how to do that. I have a master's degree and I'm a very nice person. I'll be very good to your country. But this ain't the place. Get out while you can. And do not send your kids here as foreign exchange students. Do not send them on a student visa. Do not think you're going to come over here and do some kind of medical residency or scientific research. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't marry somebody from here. Don't do it. We're not safe. We're not a good country. We're under authoritarian rule at this point. So, sorry about that.
At this point, we would think that the entire world is well aware of what's happening here in the United States of America. And we would think that knowing that, having that information, access to that information of what is going down, people would not travel here. I continue to see posts, videos of people sharing that they're planning to vacation here during the summer from overseas. And I'm just, I don't know how to get through to you not to do that. We are in a very bad situation here right now. American citizens are being picked up and detained by ICE for no reason. Immigrants are being stripped away from their families in brutal ways and taken out of the country in some cases. The state senates and houses are rushing all kinds of bills through to create new laws that really hurt people, especially women and children, honestly. The federal Senate and House are in the fastest pace that I've ever seen to get as many things through that can destroy America as possible. Here's the kicker. MAGA's still sleeping. MAGA still does not see or is unwilling to see what's actually happening. Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, which is food stamps, big cuts. And you can tell them that to their face. You can show them the evidence. You can show them video clips. You can talk until there's just nothing else you can possibly say, and they will not hear you. They are so devoted to their leader. I have noticed, going back to the idea of people from other countries traveling here, I have noticed a definite trend in an increase in the trend of the right hating anyone who is foreign, in their opinion, even if that person is an American citizen. There are videos going around where you have white people driving past a home where perhaps a Mexican flag is being flown because they're proud of their history. They're proud of where their genes come from, where they're from. This person will drive by and tell them it's illegal for them to fly that flag. Get out of the country. It's hateful, it's hurtful, it's dangerous. And I could easily see that type of behavior turn on visitors from other countries. Because I can tell you, at least where I'm at here in Tennessee, you'll definitely get a "where you from?" And they say it just like that. When I moved here from California originally, that happened to me 4 times. The first time I was shocked as shit. I'm like, wait, what? Because in California, we're very welcoming people. We're like, oh my gosh, tell me about where you came from. Oh, we love it. We love your accent. We love this. Very positive, very upbeat, very welcoming. It's not like that here at all. The second time, I was still shocked as shit. The third time, I was starting to get pretty annoyed, and I'm pretty easygoing. The fourth time, I lit it up. Where are you from that makes you think that you're in any position to ask me where I'm from? Where are you from? Yeah, and it got very ugly. I won't do that here, though, but it got ugly. And it hasn't happened to me since. But could you imagine you come over here from overseas with your family, and some American walks up to you with a big attitude and says, "Where are you from?" And in the climate that we're living in right now, I have no problem at all seeing that escalating into something very ugly, potentially. And that worries me, friends. That really worries me. And that's just on, if we talk about, just the people here, okay? Some of the people here. If we stay focused on what is happening at the state level and the federal level, it is not friendly towards you. Just like it's not friendly towards me, quite frankly. It's not friendly towards you. If I were If I were in Ireland, I was Irish, there is no way in hell I'd come here right now, no matter what. Because I would not feel safe. I would not trust that my family would be safe. I would not feel, I wouldn't trust that we'd all make it back to Ireland safely and together. You might think I'm exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. That is what we're dealing with here right now. It is a shit show. And I'm not gonna cry on this video. I've cried on a lot of videos. My disappointment and my disgust in what is going on here. My heartbreak over how our administration is treating the rest of the world. My fear of how I might be treated if I ever have the opportunity. I don't know, are we ever gonna be allowed to leave? I don't know. But if I ever have the opportunity to go see my friend in Italy, how am I gonna be treated? Are they gonna say, where are you from? And the second I see America, they're gonna feel kind of icky about me? I wouldn't blame them at this point. I mean, all of this is in motion, right? So what are we gonna do? Don't travel here. Not now. It's not safe. Please, please, please.
People in West Africa are starting to live better than people in the Western world. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but I'm talking about if you're well-to-do, if you're doing pretty good in your life, it's better to be doing really well in Africa than it is to be in America. Now, I'm currently in America, and it's like a little bit of a culture shock coming back from Africa, because when you come here, you're around people who, on paper, they're very successful, rich, and all that. But all these people are drowning in debt. They got a nice car, but they don't own it. They've got a lease on it. They may say that they own a house, but they kind of do, but they have a huge mortgage on it. But in Africa, people own everything outright. And what does this lead to, like, in day-to-day life? Well, when you know someone who's well-to-do in Africa, they're a lot more relaxed. They feel like they can go on trips with you. They're a lot more generous. People here, even though they may have a lot of money on paper in America, the second they let their foot off the gas, the second they stop hustling, those bills will catch up on them really quick. And it shows, like, kind of why I feel West Africa is the future, because here people are putting up an appearance of being rich, well-to-do, but it's fueled by debt, and it's fueled by them working 2 jobs. Husband and wife are both working high-paying jobs, 50 hours a week each, and doing all of that to just create this facade. Whereas in West Africa, once these guys have made it, they're living good lives. They're having that balance in life, and they're not killing themselves. So I think long-term, who am I betting on? I'm betting on the lifestyle of West Africa.
I've lived in 5 different countries in Africa. I've lived in Malawi, Botswana, Zambia, Morocco, and Nigeria. I've also traveled extensively in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Egypt. Never once in all my years of living or traveling on the African continent have I been mistreated in any way because of my ethnicity, because of my skin color. And this is in spite of the fact that I come from a country who are guilty for some of the worst colonial crimes ever inflicted throughout human history. That's right, I was born in Great. Okay guys, welcome back. As you have all heard about all these people complaining about the America, it is clearly and it is truly stated that America is not safe. The people, the origin, the people who lives there themselves, they are sending just a warning. They're preferring to live in Africa than living in America. Why are they preferring? There's a lot of deportation. There's a lot of racism. You find a good example that someone asked you like, why do you spend a lot of dollars? You want to go to the Europe, yet you can that euro you can just invest it here. He simply says that the life there is so hard. The taxation, the rent, the everything is just expensive, and that is racism. So, guys, it is our mandate, and it is our priorities that to love our countries and to stay in our country so that we can invest. History has it that in the past years, in the whites they were the best, but nowadays their development has been lowered, so there's nothing big achieved there. Even their own people, they are regretting living there. They are admiring African countries. You see, for example, there is a person who said he has lived in 3 different African countries and he really enjoyed. When he goes back to America, he seems like a prisoner. Why? Why don't we understand that? You see, even the whites, they are very own whites. They are just complaining about the what's going on in America. So, my fellow Africans, this is a big challenge. This is a great opportunity for us to take this chance. That you see, it is eventually that our African countries have that good heart, because you see, if even if those what come to these African countries, they are highly welcomed. Because why are they wanting us to go there? When you go to the streets of America, you as a black, it doesn't matter whether you went there by birth, whether you have documentation, whether you're working there. At any point, at any given point where you meet with an authority, the first question, the first very question, and it is so important that will have you like, you have some answers, you have some answers, you have to be answerable. Where are you from? So, will you have that time to answer where are you from? Yet you see your skin color, and you know very well in this Donald Trump regime, it is highly intimidating the blacks. So, my people, it's all about us. This time it's all about us. Yes, we have that good heart that we welcome the whites. We don't have that that hatred to the white. They feel welcomed. You see, in these days, the whites even they prefer their children should just have education in America, and when they finish education, they come and look for citizenship in these African countries, because they enjoy the freedom that it is in these African countries. So that is a great achievement that we should be proud of our Africa, and we should not, whatever the message that it has to be in our minds. Let's just put that mindset that we are going to Europe. Let us make our very own. Let's make our very own USA in Africa and in our country. Let's develop ourselves. So there was one particular person who said that there was a time a black had to give him some dollars so that he can look for him a vacant, and he told him, no, there's no way I will help you there. You are going to suffer. There's a lot of suffering there. You won't make it, and it doesn't sound good. you know Experience is the best teacher. The ones who have lived there, they have that a lot of experience, that they say it is not good at all. It's not good. It's not good at all. Good, not good in capital letters. So the Donald Trump government is not being fair to the other outside citizens. So as my point is to argue that let's keep our country, let's keep our continent good, beautiful, and for us, let's not have that hatred like the one these whites normally have to us. So let's unite. let's build our very own. You know, togetherness is together is one. So when we come together, when we put our minds together, we can come up with something conducive, something good than going to market the other. So my question is, why do you leave Africa to go in a country that you'll be like, you have been given a limited time of living, you have been given a limited time of walking outside, you can't just walk outside in peace? Why? So you just stay in your country where you have peaceful, you have the freedom of expression, freedom of walking, you have that much freedom, you have a lot of freedom. And you know, freedom is life. If you don't have freedom, you can't enjoy this life. And this life, it is purposefully meant to be enjoyed, and you have just that much freedom. So let me see what's your take on this story, and what are you thinking about this. But remember, we just have to make our very own. We just have to be proud of our very own. And this is Africa. This is the beautiful Africa, the best continent. So let's build it. Let's have one unity, and let's grow it, and let it be continue being it. Let it be continue admirable. Let them come. We shall welcome them, but we will build our own. So that's all for now. I love you. One love. Kudos.